All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Book of Boba Fett, episode 5.
And we got ourselves a
crossover.
doozy. Yeah,
big long episode.
Looks like Mando is going to be here because why else would they have the episode be this long?
Indeed, and that music at the end of the previous one did seem to imply that they might be hiring a very particular bounty hunter, which would be awesome.
One who is currently without employ, I would assume.
And without a kid, and he might be a little bit restless. Which would be really cool.
Which would be really cool.
That'd be really freaking awesome.
Yeah, I definitely feel like there's an opportunity to be had here. Although, again, crossover, opportunity in your Star Wars universe between your Star Wars shows is wonderful. You still have to develop your main cast and build them up. So, hey, use your quiet, helmeted, Mandalorian to great effect here.
Yep, exactly.
It's a great bouncing board for dialogue and stuff.
Right. I could definitely see maybe one of the reasons why this episode is so long is because Mando's just going to be here for this episode. They bring him in, they do their thing, they're badass,
job,
and then the job's done and that's it.
And then he sends him off. Yeah. That could be really cool. I feel like having him around for maybe 2 episodes, though, would actually be a little bit better.
I mean, I would definitely, like, the more Din we get, the happier I will be, for sure.
Yes, and maybe we get a chaotic Din on Tatooine for a little bit as well as things adjust.
Right, he doesn't have to worry about taking care of a kid anymore, so he can go a bit more haywire, Or maybe not haywire, more like just guns blazing, I don't know. It's on the offense is what I'm saying.
Right. I got you. But yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Oh. He did his circuit.
Yeah.
Didn't find what he was looking for? Okay.
You look lost.
I'm here for Caba Baez.
What makes you think he's here? What do you want of her?
He owes someone important money. I see him right now.
Nice.
That's not me. That doesn't even look like me.
I can bring you in warm.
Yeah.
Or I can bring you in cold.
Oh, okay. That guy was fast.
And he's actually using it. Oh my god!
Hell yeah!
Oh, actually got hit. Jeez. Oh.
Maybe haywire was the right word.
I mean, he's hurt.
Yeah, that's true.
I have no trouble with any of you. There's a pile of New Republic credits in there that I have no right to. If you do me the honor of letting me pass, you all can help yourselves to whatever you think you deserve.
Yeah, he probably wants to get his leg treated.
Yeah.
Shit.
Damn.
It's gonna get infected.
Yeah, get some back on that.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, fun.
Oh, I love it.
I'm surprised he's continuing his job though with that wound.
Well, I think he's I don't think he's continuing his job here. I think he's gonna find a Mandalorian spot. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Kind of. I mean,
it's obviously not Paris though.
Right.
Hey.
Awesome.
What weapon caused such a wound?
Yeah.
This.
Paz Vizsla. Bring it to me. All this talk of the Empire, and they lasted less than 30 years. Mandalorians have existed 10,000. What do you know of this blade?
I am told it is the Dark Saber. Whoever wields it can lead all of Mandalore.
If it is won by Creed in battle, it is said one warrior will defeat 20, and the multitudes will fall before it. If, however, it is not won in combat, it will be a curse unto the nation.
Huh.
Mandalore will be laid to waste, and its people scattered to the four winds.
I have met Jedi.
Then you have completed your quest.
I have.
Then you may join our covert as we rebuild. Where
Legends.
did you come upon the Beskar spear?
It was the gift of a Jedi. It can block a lightsaber. I used it to defeat Moff Gideon.
Bo-Katan Kryze was born of a mighty house, but they lost sight of the way. Her rule ended in tragedy. They lost their way, and we lost our world.
If you
Had
watch
our
Clone
sect
Wars,
not been cloistered on the moon of Concordia, we would have not survived the Great Purge.
oh shit, oh
Wait,
shit,
we're seeing it?
oh
Oh
shit.
my god! Oh shit!
Eventually, the Imperial interlopers destroyed all that we knew and loved in the Night of 1,000 Tears.
Wow. Holy shit.
Wow.
Damn.
Oh
Only
my
those that
God.
walked the way escaped the curse prophesied in the Creed. Though our numbers were scattered to the winds, our adherence to the way has preserved our legacy for the generations, until we may someday return to our homeworld.
For a specific foundling,
Oh.
Grogu.
No
Oh.
longer in your care. He's with his own kind now.
I want to see him. Make sure he's safe.
What shall I forge for the foundling Grogu?
Oh.
Oh my god. What? This is just a Mandalorian episode.
I know,
now.
right?
Like,
Like-
what is happening?
Yeah, let's teach you how to use that thing.
Solus.
I like that it's a bit heavy and he's a bit awkward in his armor.
It gets heavier with each move.
That is because you are fighting against the blade.
Wait,
You should be
what?
fighting against your opponent.
No, no.
Oh
this is
shit.
Solus.
Whoa, whoa. What is happening?
Huh.
There. Feel it? You are too weak to fight the Darksaber. It will win if you fight against it.
Maybe the Darksaber belongs in someone else's hands.
Yeah, this episode is gonna have a transference of this going to Boba.
It was forged by my
That would be
ancestor,
crazy.
and now I will win it from you.
Do you agree to this duel, Din Djarin?
I do.
Okay.
Oh,
Well.
oh shit! Yeah, the blade is
Yeah.
heavy or something. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there goes your little vibro dagger. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, this weapon is. Oh.
Fate has brought this blade back to my clan, and our fate will end yours!
Oh.
Oh
done.
Yeah. Call it. Yeah.
Pazvisla, have you ever removed your helmet?
No,
Has it ever been removed by others?
never.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Have you ever removed your helmet?
Oh shit.
By creed, you must vow.
I have.
Then you are a Mandalorian no more.
I beg you for your forgiveness. How can I atone?
Leave, apostate.
According to creed, one may only be redeemed in the living waters beneath the mines of Mandalore.
But the mines have all been destroyed.
This is the way.
Excuse me, sir. You're going to have to remove your weapons.
I'm a Mandalorian. Weapons are part of my religion.
I'm sorry, sir. You can't board a commercial flight with your weapons.
Starts taking off everything.
Yeah. He's gonna miss his flight.
Oh, it's shaped like his.
Oh!
Was it a helmet?
No, I think it's just that the cloth, you know, like the way it was tied, reminded of him.
Maybe,
of it.
but it might be a helmet too. Hey.
That's a cute little droid.
Yep.
Hey.
Treadwell, get in there and move that engine block so I can blast it. Okay, it's not here. Maybe it ran.
What?
Is she messing with them? Oh no, it actually. Okay.
What do we owe the pleasure? Here to slay another dragon? Chasing down some elusive bounty?
I got your message.
Message? What message?
You said you found me a replacement for the Razor Crest.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I said. That's what I do. I've been working my butt off. Yeah. Did you bring the cash?
Built it myself.
Oh, it's a modified pod racer.
No, it's a
Where's the
Naboo
Razor
Starfighter.
I never said I had a Razor Crest. I said I had a replacement for a Razor Crest.
I don't have time for this.
Do you want your credits back?
Yes.
No skin up my dip swap. Droid?
Wait, what?
Bring this lovely man his money. Here you go. It's that easy. Sorry to waste your time. While we're waiting, can I tell you a little something about this honey?
Okay.
I know she doesn't look like much, but you got here a lot earlier than I expected, and I didn't get a chance to finish. I mean, clearly you can see I've got all the parts right here. Is I'm gonna add on some custom modifications that'll make her faster than a fathier. And because this baby's pre-Empire, she's off the grid.
That's a good point.
Look, at least
She's
let me
chewing
put her
up the
together
scenery. This
before
is
you
wonderful.
decide.
Yeah.
You give me that?
Sure.
There you go.
See the finished product. Yeah.
Get this baby up and going.
How long?
Won't be a lot faster if you helped. Oh, here they are.
If I give them a list of parts, could they get them for me?
They said make a wish list and they'll see what's available.
A wish list.
Oh my god.
Data the Jawa. I know what I'm doing. Right? Oh, that's okay. I'm working on me right now. Just go find the parts.
Oh my god.
Hurry.
Wow. That scene was hilarious.
What was that scene? That whole scene.
Okay. Yep. Taking off almost all the yellow.
Yeah, it still needs a little bit of work, you know. But it's probably flyable now.
Right. I like the guns. Those are
Yeah.
much more generous than the stuff they usually
Yeah, but
had.
you get hit once with this thing, you're done.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You better have a.
Yeah.
I mean, well, the shield generator was decent, but
What
yeah.
happened to the droid port?
I hogged it out. You know, I figured with your disposition, you'd want to forego the astromech.
But Grogu might fit.
Watch your language around the customers.
seeing so much of the internals.
Engine for a little shift.
Well, see what she can do.
How do you achieve lift though with the engines like that? Oh, I guess.
Yeah, it's got the
floating
basic
already.
repulsors, just to...
Oh god, that thing is so light. It's gonna.
I know.
It's gonna zip.
You're
and
basically
zoom.
just on a rocket.
Yeah. Okay.
She handles a little bumpy.
You're used to a gunship, but she's a starfighter, so fly her like one.
Okay, I'll open her up.
Love it.
Oh shit! Oh, this is gonna be so cool.
No way. He's gonna run a pod
He's gonna run
track
pod racing
with a
track.
starfighter.
Oh my god! This is just fan service of the highest degree.
Tight. She tracks like a rail speeder. Let's see what she's got.
Breaking atmo. Okay.
All right. Now,
The-
now we gotta see the boost.
Was I doing something wrong, officer?
You're not allowed to fly that fast next to a commercial ship.
Yeah.
We're operating without a beacon. I'm gonna need you to run one for us.
Sorry, officer. I got a little carried away there. Transmitting now.
Your engine model doesn't match your power drive.
We just built her.
I was taking her up for a test flight. Haven't been able to update the registration just yet.
Relinquish your flight controls for remote control access.
No.
Hold on a second there, Lieutenant. I think we can let him off with a warning this time. Thank you, officer. One thing before you go.
Yes?
Your voice is mighty familiar.
Wow.
Ah!
Did you used to fly a Razor Crest?
Yep.
I think you have the wrong guy, officer.
You mind answering a few questions?
You can literally see him.
How did it jump?
He didn't power up his hyperdrives.
Didn't jump, kid. Those were his sublight thrusters.
How was it?
Wizard.
Wizard. Wow.
Wizard Annie.
This is so wizard Annie.
Evacuation port, don't they?
Okay.
Oh, by the way, an old friend of yours dropped by, said she was looking for you.
A friend of mine?
Don't worry. I told her I didn't know where you were. Then I locked her out and engaged the hangar security system.
Okay.
By any chance, are you looking for work?
Might could be.
Pay is good.
I did just buy a ship.
Bounty.
No bounty. We need muscle.
Boba Fett.
He sure would appreciate it.
Tell him it's on the house. But first, I gotta pay a visit to a little friend.
Oh shit! Wait!
Hold on. Are we gonna see Grogu? Wait, wait.
Not yet.
Oh my god.
Ah!
That was so cool.
I mean, what is this?
Yeah, okay.
All right, so wow, we have ourselves a very dramatic shift
Yeah.
in the story direction for this show.
And
in a way
I
that
love it.
I've never seen a television show really do something this dramatic when the show has just started. Like it's run 4 episodes ago.
And
like,
in a way, like, even though I absolutely adored this episode,
Yes.
I feel like this could continue some of the potential issues of like the whole Tusken Raider thing of having less time focusing on Boba to get us attached to him.
Yeah.
But I love this episode. This episode was awesome.
This episode
like,
was wonderful. And we had a couple things that we didn't fully understand up on the immediate gate. One was that he actually was wounded by the Darksaber himself.
Right. Which, cool. That's
That was
something
great.
that's
a
something,
lightsaber being unwieldy, and yes.
if someone isn't a Jedi and they pick up a lightsaber, they're going to hurt themselves, right? Even
And-
if they have Beskar.
Yeah, and also the spiritual aspect of there being a literal, like, cursed aspect to this weapon of sorts.
Yeah.
Because of the way it was forged, potentially. Being that, as they're using it and not fighting with the weapon, which is cool. The idea of them, well, maybe not being Force users.
Sure. Yeah, they're not as in tune with everything. And if you think about a lightsaber, like, you know, you basically just have a constant, like, blaster shot coming out of this hilt, right? That's probably going to make it a bit unwieldy.
Yeah.
I didn't expect the whole thing of it actively being heavy.
Right.
Which, okay, that's a new thing. And theoretically, that could be, like, there could be all sorts of explanations for that, you know? It could be, like, some actual, like, you know, Force type thing because this is some crazy relic or whatever, or, you know, who knows, right?
Who knows?
Plenty of explanations. It's a mystery for now. It adds to the cool factor. Awesome.
But we got an entire episode focused on Din, the Mandalorians, and, well, why he ends up coming back to Tatooine. Now, a lot of this is kind of stuff where it seems to be shot in a specific way to remind us that he is alone.
Right.
And he's not doing great alone, but he is doing okay. He ends up doing a job, ends up getting violent. He hurts himself in the process. Things are a bit unwieldy with him right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just liked this action scene way better than any of the other action scenes we've gotten in the show thus far.
It's something where
not just because of the Darksaber.
Yeah, not just because of the Darksaber, and not just because it's Din and I care more about Din. Like, yes, that definitely helped.
Yes.
But I think it was something where, like, I don't know what it is. Maybe, you know, there's an element of the action in this show up until now that has felt kind of restrained, right? Whether it's because slower, you know, censored, you know, things like that. And while, yes, we didn't actually see the head getting cut off, that's very clearly what happened. And then our main character is carrying around a head.
Yeah.
It almost feels at odds with some of the maybe philosophies that they've used to try and make Boba a bit more, like, generally appealing. Because Din is a character with tons of contradictions and conflicts.
Yeah.
And
he's super appealing, even though
he's really
appealing, violent.
Even though he can be really violent. And, you know, and like, that fight scene was almost felt like savage, right? You know, it's like, okay, he's, you know, he maybe also has some things that he's working through by killing these people, right?
Sure.
You know, and yet we're totally on board with his journey. Whereas, like, with Boba, you know, this epic bounty hunter, right, is going on this different kind of experience, and yet, you know, it's
he went through a rebirth of sorts,
right? He went through a rebirth, and you know, I haven't been as fully sold on Boba's badassery that would make his decision to not use violence and such as compelling as, say, with Din, where you know, he's just, I can bring you in warm or cold, right? And then, oh, Grogu, hey, there you go. There's that contradiction. So I don't want Din to end up overshadowing Boba, you know, in this series, right? Like, for the sake of Boba.
But he just did.
But he totally just did with one episode, and I think that maybe shines a light on some of the issues of the show up until now.
Yep.
That, granted, he's a fan favorite character from a pre-established series, but even if this episode was just this on its own and we didn't have any attachment to him, this still would have done more in one episode to make me attached to Din.
To whoever this Mando is.
Whoever this Mando is, than the entire first 4 episodes of this series for Boba. And that's I feel,
a problem.
I feel it's a problem, but at the same time, I feel like maybe there's some lessons that could be learned here. You know, like, but... Yeah,
but the show's already done.
The show's already done.
They're not learning the lessons doing this here. So it's a thing of where this is just a thing that they decided, let's have this at episode 5.
Right. And
because at this point Din would have been mentioned.
Right. Yeah. And it's something, I guess it's something where because they're willing to put decapitations and things like that in the same show, even if it's a different character, that kind of just makes me rethink some of the previous decisions that were made in the show. But yeah.
Okay. So we have a longer episode here that gives us a lot of breathing time in the episode with scenes of him just going places.
Yep.
We basically just get a day in the life of Din. It feels very patient and meandering, and I think this is the freedom that they have with their own streaming platform to just have the episodes be as long as they want. Which, hey, I'm great. That sounds great. I'm happy with that. It just did feel like that. It was another representation of where it's a different show basically being shot here. So we have entire scenes of him just walking places.
Dealing with
people.
With people that are checking his baggage, basically, when he's going to get on a plane. Oh, talking with the cops because he was, flying a bit too close to a commercial airliner, things like that, where it's like very mundane, more or less.
Mundane. But this is the point here, is that this is why I think Boba is not as easy to
identify with,
is that we don't see Boba dealing with the mundane. The closest we got was him about to sit down and eat something in that bit there, and then it's immediately over as a scene.
Right. The contrast of the badass with the human side of them is something that's really important, and
Boba doesn't really have that.
Yeah.
We don't really know the human side of him. We haven't really seen him be anything more than, I have to be the icon,
Right. I am Boba Fett.
Right.
Yeah.
And the closer we get to that being a thing, maybe through him interacting with Din, I think is going to be really important, because for whatever reason, Fennec is probably, I would say, the most important character in Boba's story right now, and thus they get the most time to interact with each other.
Yep, she's his right-hand man.
Yeah, and yet they don't actually really talk about anything human.
Right.
They just talk about things that have to do
with work, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I understand the professional side of things here. But that's why an episode like this feels so good, is because Peli Motto, the mechanic lady, can just gab about stuff, and we don't necessarily, know or care too much about her, other than she's kind of fun and entertaining. But
it's a great character to play off the stoic protagonist, right?
Yep, exactly.
And that's something that Boba really needs, right?
Yep.
Because Fennec is not that. She
could be that.
She could be that in like a different way, right?
In a different way, yes.
Yeah. And so it's something where I'm curious to see what dynamics end up kind of coming about as a result of all these different characters like meeting in this mixing pot and everything.
Yeah. Maybe another way to describe this is basically that I feel like Fennec should be a good opportunity for Boba and her to get to know each other through their differences in the way that they see each other, but I'm not seeing those differences really brought up in conversation.
Like the things of like her being like, no, we should be a bit more ruthless to show strength and everything.
Into that.
Yeah,
go into that, explore that.
And granted, maybe she's being a professional, and so she's not like questioning her boss too much, especially when they're on the job or something.
Sure.
But like, given that they're also kind of doing this as like a joint partnership, that is something that I would expect to see
happen at some point. Yeah. Hey, maybe what's going to happen is we're going to get a scene where Din, Chrysanthemum, Fennec, Boba, and some new character, just some new character that can be the instigator for this conversation, just sit in a room and talk. Like, I understand that you don't want to have too many of those for pacing purposes.
But could
look at the pacing of this episode.
Yeah.
This episode is extremely slow.
Very slow.
Very slow.
And it totally worked. Like,
it absolutely worked.
Let's see them do their badass thing and then like have drinks afterwards or something like that, and just be sort of chilling, being like, "Yep, that was a good job,"
Yeah, maybe a deal of like, "Hey, yeah, we do have to deal with the Pikes." But yeah, maybe after recruiting a couple people, they go, "Oh, okay. We need to warm them up to us, though. So we need to show that we're actually capable of providing them with a reason for long-term employment beyond just the money side of things.
We'll pay you fat stacks. It's no job security.
Security. Yeah. We'll get you a nice spot, maybe even in the estate or what have you, where it's like, all right, you'll sleep here and you'll stay here. And
also, I gotta say, the whole thing of how much we saw Din deal with his equipment, not just the ship, because that's like that's the most obvious one, and I love that happened so much. But even just the things of like I guess I have to take off my equipment for going onto this ship. Okay, whatever.
It was a comedy scene.
It was a comedy scene, right? Where he's like, all right, take off all the bombs, and the darts, and all right, cool, the wrist cable, the guns, and this other gun, and dark saber. Like that's fun stuff, right? I would love to see Boba with just like a I'm loading up for a mission.
Sure.
Like, you know, like that could still be totally awesome.
It'd be a
set the
30-second
atmosphere.
scene. It wouldn't take that long.
Yep, it wouldn't take that long and totally help to build up the badassery and everything. Like, I would love that. You know.
Yeah. So, next episode, maybe then that'll be the point in where they're like, okay, here's how we do Star Wars shows where crossovers exist.
Right.
But we actually are just blending the shows together when we can tell maybe that one show shouldn't get a season 2.
Maybe it needs a little bit of a facelift or something from the other one. Yeah.
And we basically co-opt this character and just say, no, you're in both shows now.
Sure.
So not just Boba, but Din as well. We could get basically now Din in this show.
And it makes sense because, you know, Boba will want to have Din, you know, work for him a few times, I'm guessing, right? Like, yeah, the one time here will be very helpful, but I mean, he's a good worker. You know, he knows his shit. He's got a full suit of Beskar, right? Like,
right.
You might want to...
He might have access to more Beskar. Maybe not anymore. That scene with the armor giving him a lot of exposition was a bit clunky, but I really loved how it set up yeah, you're not really one of us anymore. Because that was very clear after the Bo-Katan kind of encounter, was Bo-Katan actually got to him. Like, he realized, oh, shit, wait, I actually do need to go beyond my creed and what have you for Grogu.
Right.
Like,
they, you know, their creed and everything, that's cool, but you literally got reduced down to 3 members, and then you just cut out one of them.
Yeah,
so
maybe they're not really the best hope for, you know, Mandalorians in general.
Maybe, you know, let them come join you when you're using the Darksaber to lead the Mandalorians or something, you know, and be like...
sure. See if they're all around, you know, at that point.
Right, exactly. And if there's just still the 2 of them, I'm guessing it probably will be.
Yeah, something tells me they're not really good at recruiting new members. No.
Yeah, kind of a high barrier of entry, you know, and among other things.
Very complete barrier of entry as well.
Indeed.
Hard to emotionally connect with someone wearing a helmet.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, and like the whole thing of like have you ever removed your helmet? It's like, there's the understood, not when you're eating or in private or, you know, all of that other stuff. But, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool little fan service bits, though.
Yep.
The pod race bit, but with a Naboo starfighter.
That was awesome.
That was just you playing with your toys, man.
Yeah,
that was good fun.
Epitome of playing with toys. Yeah.
Then the flashback to Mandalore getting bombed by Imperials, showing the Rogue One style droids going around and being like Terminators. That shot
with the probe droids, just to check for survivors.
That literally felt like a Skynet took over Earth kind of scene. That was horrifying.
Yep.
But yeah, that happened. So maybe that's what Mandalorian Season 3 can focus on, is that we're going to basically take things bigger, and it's like, okay, no, let's deal with the remnants of the Empire and start rebuilding Mandalore, you know?
I would love that.
I would love that too.
I would absolutely love that.
I think that would be really cool. And in some ways that sets up Disney to have Mandalore as a place in the maybe post-Skywalker Episode 9 kind of Star Wars era, where you basically time skip ahead and you have Mandalore rebuilt after like 60 years or 100 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you have like, you know, the Jaren clan or what have you. That's, you know, one of the leading forces on Mandalore, and they're accepting people that don't necessarily have to put on the armor, like, because that's what it was on planet Mandalore anyway, you know. And Mandalore as a place is not just a creed, you know.
Right.
It's,
yeah.
Like, I'm really excited for what they're doing here. But again, that is all Mandalorian stuff.
Right.
This the Book of Boba Fett stuff means that now he is going to be joining up with him for no pay.
Right.
Because he does owe him a favor. He does owe him a pretty big favor.
That's right.
So at this point now, like, who's next? Do they hire even more muscle? Like,
I mean, I think
is
this
Din
actually
like one of the late arrivals, and we'll see like
they could totally do that. Where like a bunch of by the time he like gives Grogu whatever he made him, but I get the feeling that's going to be like a little chainmail suit, which would be so cute.
I know.
I could totally see it being something where when he comes back, it's like they've got more muscle, and it's like, okay, now we're going to do our thing. But at the same time, there aren't that many Pikes there yet, so they might be prioritizing speed over, you know, raw numbers. But
dude, though, the Starfighter,
Mm-hmm.
you equip that thing with something strong.
It might
in its
have some
payload.
missiles already. Like, who
I
knows?
mean, no way she's packing missiles, dude.
You never know what the Jawas can find.
To get the Jawa. I love that whole thing of the
make a wish list.
Yes, they yoinked it off of a Pike's, Spice Runner, while they were refueling. I'm like, yes. That
like I
that
want
is
to make
so
that D&D
great.
character of just a Jawa who's like
we've talked about it, right?
Yeah.
Of having an all Jawa party.
Jawa party, yeah.
And you just faff around in hut space,
cause mayhem everywhere.
Yeah, you have to like sneak onto ships to get off planet, it's just it's great.
But oh man.
Yeah. There's a lot of comedy this episode. To be fair, a lot of it didn't land, I would say. Like the whole getting dragged behind, that was like a camera work.
That
joke.
felt like it was setting it up to be a joke, but then it was serious, and it's like, wait.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I felt like that was a bad joke.
Right, I thought she was actually just gonna use that as a way to like call out the droids for being like,
if I was actually in trouble.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Which would be funny. But then, also just like pretty much half of what she said was funny.
Oh yeah.
Like actually really funny.
Like it almost went to being like too funny for like, Din as the like counterpart, but at the same time.
But the music kind of helped at times. There were a
music
couple points where I was like, oh, okay, yeah, we're in goofy times. This is fun.
And Din is, he's going through some stuff, he's not seeing his kid anymore. That's got to be rough.
He just got kicked out by his
and that
by his cousins,
Right, exactly. Again, only 3 of us, but we still don't want you here,
I mean, that cults are weird, man. Like
they are.
They're very
But at least he got the stuff forged first. But
true.
Also, I loved the thing of the no. We don't make Beskar weapons because they can actually pierce Beskar. It's only for armor or the forging tools, but the forging tools are blunt, so it's not like that's going to be piercing Beskar. Anyways, I liked that as a little thing.
Yeah, but they're like, why don't we use that? No.
Yeah.
We do. Oh, now obviously they didn't need all that metal to forge what they used for Grogu.
Right.
But
I mean, the pouch is actually like it's actually
extremely small,
Right. Yeah.
And then they just pull it out, and it's like
Mary Poppins kind of thing of just full suit of chainmail, with a little helmet and everything.
Comes back to see Grogu. Grogu's already a little bit bigger, and it's like,
damn it.
Fuck.
I don't suppose you could reach this. No. Yeah.
But all right, y'all. This was a really, really sweet episode. Really, really endearing, and not a Book of Boba Fett episode.
Right.
Just all right.
Okay.
No Boba.
But
next episode will be Boba. Though.
Right. Next episode will be what I figured this one was going to be. I thought it was just going to show up with like Din just showing up and being like, oh, okay, cool. Like maybe he has the scene with the bounty and then he gets a call. No, he had all this other stuff.
It was great. Realize in this world of crossovers in the MCU and all that. This is them basically saying, don't worry, Mandalorian Season 3 is happening.
Right.
Like, don't worry.
We're not going to give him a cool new ship and then just have no more show.
Well, no. The idea that, like, some people, probably, marketing-wise, believe that The Mandalorian as a show is over because he turned Grogu over to Luke.
Good
meaning
point.
That this is a thing of, like, no. Despite what you might think...
It's still happening, and it's still going to be awesome. And he might still see Grogu because the whole thing of like, wait, I need to visit a little friend first. I'm pretty sure that's to give Grogu his gift.
Well, no, Jacob. You realize why that's actually happening?
Why?
What? Where is Grogu right now?
I mean, training with Luke.
At a Jedi enclave, Jacob.
Yep.
With other Jedi.
Okay,
that all get killed by Kylo Ren, by the way.
Yeah.
So we're going to go see a bunch of dead people probably next episode.
Hey, and that's how Grogu survives because he has a little Beskar chainmail thing that's under his robe. So when someone tries to stab him, it just doesn't work.
Watch Luke be off on a mission because that CG is a bit, it's a bit much to have.
No, they hired that one fan who was able to do it better. But yeah.
Y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion, well, we're watching them week to week, so you have to wait for those. But check out the full-length timer version of the reaction in our Patreon, and annual level support there gets you access to our Discord, where you can chat with us in the community there about Star Wars, about Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, stuff in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.